So we were gonna go. My son Dutch had a bunch of his buddies going. We were gonna go skiing. We did go skiing. And part of the thing about him going skiing, he hurt himself, so he has to wear a leg brace, a specialized leg brace made for him. And we're an hour and a half into the trip, and I say to him, "You got your leg brace?" And he looks at me with his face. He goes, "Oops." And I'm like, "Are you freaking kidding me?" Now, keep in mind, he hooked up the Xbox in the car, and we even stopped at a friend's house that forgot his controller. So we made a stop to get the controller, but he didn't get his leg brace.
Priorities.
Of course.
Yeah. And so we drive. So we had to turn around and drive all the way back an hour and a half.
Oh my gosh, you.
Wow.
So what's normally a 4-hour trip, because of traffic and whatnot, ended up being 8 hours. And I had been up all day. I already worked out. I even saw my therapist. Then I had this disturbing call from management, and it was just a long day. So then we get to our cabin, and my wife didn't think that it was going to snow overnight. So the driveway, which is a long driveway, was full. So she didn't have it cleared. And then she's driving because I'm so tired. And in the drive, there's elk on the freeway everywhere. So swerving to not hit elk. So it was a stressful drive.
Good God.
So then the driveway is full of snow. And as she's pulling in the driveway, what I do if I was to do that is I would drive a little fast. She goes really slow. And all of a sudden, poof, we're stuck. And it's midnight. We're stuck. And now it's my problem. And the problem nowadays with new cars, everything's a button, right?
Yeah.
You want to hit the drive button, it's a drive. You want to hit low, and so when you step on the gas, you're not really revving it. All the computer chips stop you from the power that you really want, like in an older car. And so we're stuck. Wheels are spinning. I can't do anything. So she calls this guy, Jake. She gets out of the car. My kids, everybody gets out of the car. I'm in the car, and she's like, I called Jake's going to come by with his little snow plow. It's called something. I forget what it's called.
Bobcat thingy?
Yeah, Bobcat.
Yep.
He's going to come out. He's going to clear the driveway. I'm like, okay. She goes, so wait for Jake. I'm like, okay. So I'm in the car waiting for this guy, Jake. This security guard, I don't know who Jake is. I'd never met him. This security guard pulls up, and he's got a big shovel, and he's walking towards me. And I'm halfway in my driveway and halfway in the street. So I can't. I got.
You didn't get anywhere. You're
Right.
way far back.
So the security guard pulls up with a shovel, and he starts walking towards my car. And I'm like, hey, Jake. And he's like, hey, man. And I grab a shovel, and I start shoveling underneath the wheels. And shoveling snow is hard.
Yeah.
Especially it's that wet impact, that
Yeah.
heavy snow.
And so he's shoveling. He's like, man, my back's terrible. I really shouldn't be doing this. And I'm like, why was Blake all excited for Jake? And this guy, like, he's really not doing much, right? So I'm shoveling, and Jake's shoveling. And then my wife, so she's on the porch. She's like, John Jay, wait for Jake. I'm like, he's here. And then I walk over to her. She's like, that's not Jake. That's Jack. And I'm like, what? Like, I'm so tired. I've been up 22 hours. I'm so tired. I'm like, what? She goes, wait for Jake. I'm like, I don't know who Jake is. There's this guy here with the shovel at midnight. I thought he was Jake.
Right.
There's nobody around for hundreds of miles. And the guy shows up with a shovel. I thought it was Jake. She's like, no, that's Jack. And I'm just like, I'm losing my mind at this point, right? And then finally, the guy with the Bobcat shows up. That's Jake. So Jake clears the driveway.
Like 5 minutes, he's done.
He takes forever.
Oh, really?
That's what's in the story. That's what Cal's talking about. I'm waiting.
But he was like doing tricks and stuff, and like in and out. Like, but he was moving. He was moving really fast, but he just did a lot of rounds.
Yes.
And it was like John Jay had like the camera on Jake, and he's like doing rounds, and then you would put the camera back on himself and be like, and then post the time. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so. Like at this point, it's early in the morning.
Yeah, it's almost 1 a.m, and I'm waiting for this guy. And he starts one point. I'm filming him going, when am I getting out of here? And he just literally, it's like he's so happy I'm filming. He starts spinning. He's doing tricks like 360s. And I'm like, bro, no.
Not today, Jake.
I need to go to sleep, Jake. I think you're really talented, and I think it's great. But if this was maybe noon and I was 7, I go, this would be really great.
That's brutal.
I was like, oh, my God. I was so tired. It was just such a nightmare. I was so tired. Oh, my God. And then we went skiing, and it was fine.
Isn't that always how it turns out, though? Like one thing goes wrong, and it's just a domino effect.
Yeah, it never is like one little thing at a time.
No.
It's always the landslide.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah, and then I went to go get gas the next morning, and I go into Circle K to get gas, and we like no Wi-Fi was working anywhere. Everything was cash. So I get a cup of coffee to start my day, and I get the coffee, and I give it to the lady, and I give her my credit card. She goes, Wi-Fi's down, the credit card's at work. She's like, go ahead, just have it. It's on me. It's on me. Take it. And I thought she was so nice that she did that I gave her $10. I was like, so big. Here, this is for you.
Yeah.
Thank you. So that's so nice of you. Here. God bless you.
What a great start to the day, though.
Yeah, definitely.
That's a great way to begin after a long night where it's miserable.
And what about you, Kyle? Do you sell your Girl Scout cookies? Everywhere I drive around, people are selling Girl Scout. Moms are selling Girl Scout cookies.
Yeah.
That really is how it is. So since Peyton coaches the Basha High School girls basketball team, she hooked us up, and just timing-wise, it worked out where we got to go to the game on Friday night. It was the boys' game, so we didn't get to see Peyton because Peyton was an away game.
Yes.
But we set up, and it was really funny because I shared with you guys on Friday about how my daughter is really not into selling at all. She doesn't want to talk to people. She doesn't want to be around people whatsoever. And so the whole time I'm trying to coach her into being friendly. It just starts with a smile, kid. Just smile. That's all you need to do. If you don't want to talk to people, just smile. And it was force. I'm just next year I don't want to do the cookies because at this point it's all me. I'm the one selling
Well,
them.
how did you do? How was your haul at the basketball game?
We did all right. There was a lot of really nice people that, despite the customer service, were willing to join in. And it's funny because Thursday here, I brought cookies in just to see if anyone wanted to get them here in the office. And I used the classic line, which I saw a meme about online. It's I'll just take one Thin Mint and one Samoa. Okay, it's two for 10 or 4 for 20. They're that's not really a deal. It's yeah, but it kind of sounds like it. You kind of feel like you're getting a deal.
Yeah.
4 for 20.
That's the way to do it, 4 for 20. And I'm so ready to just be done selling the Girl Scout cookies.
How many do you have left?
I think I've got about 80-ish boxes.
Ooh.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah.
close to
You're on the
100.
way.
I feel like it's never ending though.
Aw.
But I'm ready, and they kind of sell themselves, so it's fine. It's fine.